incredible, man. I gotta say, when I started the year 2025, getting to talk to Nikki Sixx was not on my bingo card, man. This is truly very cool for me.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, man. That's really fun. We're excited about getting out this summer and doing, kind of bringing back this. Well, two of our biggest tours was the Dr. Feelgood tour and the Carnival of Sins tour 20 years ago. And so we're just that idea behind bringing that tour back. And back then, probably 20 semi trucks full of gear, hard goods as they call them, all
Yeah, yeah.
kinds of stuff. And now, with the advancement of technology, we can just take the fans on a crazy journey. And I just think it's going to be just like the next level because the first one was a lot of people's favorite tour. So we have a lot to live up to.
That's like I remember both of those tours, man. Uh and Motley Crue has always been next level. Like all the way back to your guys' very first shows. Like you guys have always upped the level of entertainment when it comes to the shows. And that's I'm sure that's going to be the case for 2026.
It's always our goal. I mean, it really is. It's what we love doing. There's a lot of stuff that we leaned into so heavy, like all the way back in the beginning, like the live wire video where the band lit me on fire. And, we've just constantly been kind of pushing and then on the pyro thing and actually working with companies and developing, kind of like not our own technology, but like a lot of times when you mix different fuels together, they create different colors. So we would shoot one pyro head into a steel wall and another one would hit and it would change. I mean, this stuff was super exciting for us. And then like we kind of like outgrew the pyro because, you can watch a baseball game and they have pyro now. So
Yeah.
it's like, how do we take advantage of new technology? We don't want you to show up and go, yeah, it looks just like the last four bands that I saw. And so there's always a lot of pressure on us to do that. And that's, I think, what really drives us.
I think that's like, do you guys come up with that? Like, do you guys sit down as a band and come up with ideas? Do you brainstorm that? Like,
Yeah.
how does that come about?
I mean, first and foremost, it's a theme, right? And a theme, if you talk Dr. Feelgood, when we designed the album cover, um, it was like in the very last moment where we changed it to the green. It
Oh,
was
really?
it was early. It was like a white hospital linoleum wall with the medical symbol on it, and we switched that to green. Well, once that shifted to green, it all of a sudden gave us a complete color palette for what we would actually do with the show. Right. And then how
Yeah.
other, so those are the type of things like, so obviously something as colorful as, a carnival, our brains are going crazy and to see what's out there, what's available. And especially with video, you can take people on a journey that you just can't do with a backdrop and some fire. Like it's
Yeah.
just it's a whole, so it's exciting. And also set list, we get in and we're like, okay, obviously we want to, and we know the fans want to hear the hits. And I hate it when a band goes out and doesn't play their hits.
Right. Right.
I remember Bowie doing that. And I was like, he's one of my favorite artists. I was like, I don't want to go hear a bunch of C and D tracks that off of records that I love. I want to hear those songs like Rebel Rebel. And he was just at that point was like, I'm so tired of playing the same songs. We're not tired of playing those hits, but we are excited about getting into a set list and diving into some songs that we maybe never played or haven't played in a long time and shaking it up. And those type of things, if you're playing a song like On With the Show from the first album, that's going to dictate a lot of what production looks like. So for us, it's like it's this moving creative ball of energy. It's super exciting.
I think that's one of the things that drew me to Motley Crue at a very young age, and 6 a.m. as well. Is that not just the production value, but you guys were a show band. Like,
Yeah,
and I always love a band that puts on not just a great record, but a great performance to go with that record.
me too. I mean, I just don't get when people don't.
Yeah.
But I grew up in the 70s when rock stars were superheroes, and the shows were over the top and everything was about shock and awe, and so 45 years in this band, or coming up on it's like be kind of hard to like revert back to something that we never about Motley Crue. Yet we still have those super raw early punk influences. And we did our Vegas residency. We opened the Vegas residency in a very small area, and we played two songs off the first record. And it was like a club gig.
Oh,
We were
that's so
literally,
cool.
it was like smaller than the Whiskey A Go Go stage. And then it opened, into the third song, and the whole place was like, oh my God, I didn't even know all this was here. So that's the kind of fun stuff. I'm not saying we're doing that, but that's the kind of fun stuff where the mode we're in right now. It's like, what can we do? How can we keep our original roots? And how can we take the audience? You know, you can just go on your computer or on any of your digital devices and have your mind blown. So my intention is not to go out and do a show that can't compete with that. Like we gotta have people like going like this is amazing.
Next
That was an
level.
amazing show. I love the songs. I love the show. I'm really glad I came out. It's not easy for fans. That's the shows aren't for almost 8 months. And we know like from a lot of our fans, they're saying, I just wish I had a little more time to prepare to go to that. And there's a lot of great bands out there that are going on tour. So people, our fans have a chance to, see if they can come and bring their friends or whatever it is. So we're like going on sale early and designing the show at the same time. So that's where we're at right now.
So talking to Nikki Sixx, of course, of Motley Crue at 6 a.m. The Motley Crue show was just announced today. It's going to be coming to Salt Lake. The big tour kicking off in 2026 with Tesla and Extreme. Two more of my favorite bands that are going to be on
Yeah.
stage.
So
I
great.
cannot wait to see this.
So great. We're so happy that both the bands would sign on and do a tour. I got an email from Brian Wheat in Tesla this morning, and he was like, thanks for putting us on the tour. And I was like, no, thank you guys, because I think that from the second Extreme plays to through Tesla to us ending, it's a pretty cool night for songs. I mean,
Oh my
we're
gosh,
we're all about songs.
love it! And
We've gone out
it's
and
funny,
played with
man.
bands that were more like not about songs, more just about brute aggression. And even though we might like that, we find a lot of times it's not a right fit. Like our fans love songs. Look at the bands they grew up on. I mean, the 80s and 90s, some of the best songwriting. I mean, the 70s, obviously, but uh, for me, that was my, favorite time in music. But yeah,
We
it's
didn't know how
all
lucky
about
we were, man.
we had no idea, man. Go back and put on some of these albums from those eras, and it's real. It's raw. I mean, listen. I know David Coverdale just retired. You can go back and listen to Deep Purple and White Snake, and like that guy just like Bad Company, Paul Rogers. They just stepped in the studio and like leaned into it, and that's kind of Motley Crue style. We just want to lean into the show and lean into like the hits and bring some stuff that people haven't heard in a long time.
Well, I know that our time is running out there, Nikki Sixx. But man, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us today, man. And I cannot wait to see you guys on stage again.
Wait, it sounded like you said time is running out for Nikki Sixx.
No, 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 no,
That's all right. We're not there yet.
no.
All right. Hey, thank you, man.
Love it, man. Thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Thank you.